everybody, Kay here, and today I'm going to show you how I went about making the base for this mini album. This mini album measures, let me see, I think about 4 by 6, is it? Yeah, approximately 4 by 6 inches. And I've done this kind of mini before, I just didn't provide the tutorial last time, so this time I'm back to provide the tutorial, and I did do some changes from the last time that I made it. So this is what it looks like. It's held closed with a piece of ribbon, and you open it up this way, and it opens up this way first, and then like this again. And then this is a paper clip with some tulle and ribbon. It holds this little piece here, and this flips open. And then here you have a little pocket. And then you have 2 swinging pockets here. And then this other side is a mirror image of the front. So it opens up like this. Another paper clip. This flips out also. And you can put pictures here, here, here. All these places are places you could put pictures or journaling. 2 more cards from the collection. And this closes up. And again, you have your little swinging pockets. And inside each pocket is a little tag that I decorated with washi tape that I have in my stash. So I'm going to quickly show you how to make the base for this mini album. And I have used the Scholastic collection by Authentique. And as you can see, the project doesn't really take up that much pages or paper because I have a whole lot of paper still left. So let's get started. The base of the mini is made from 1 piece of 12 by 12 inch cardstock. So that is all the cardstock you're going to need. Next, we're going to score. So we're going to score once right down the middle at 6 inches. And then we're going to flip it over once. And then on this side, we're going to score at 4 inches. And 8 inches. And that is all the scoring that you need to do. The next step is trimming or cutting. So let me take my trimmer out. And all you're going to do here is you're going to have six rectangles, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take your right hand side, these 2 rectangles here, leave them alone, and all we're going to do is trim from the first horizontal line that we did at 6 inches. We're going to trim from one end all the way till here, and we're going to stop right here. So we're going to leave these 2 rectangles alone. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm just going to go on the 6 inch mark, and I'm going to cut all the way up to right here. And I'm going to leave these 2 rectangles alone. So let's do that. And there you go. So your paper should look something like this. Okay. Next, we're going to fold these in half. Like this. And you can burnish this real well if you want, because you want this side to be nice and even, because these 2 rectangles that you left alone, this is where we're going to make our swinging pockets from. So fold it in half, And then all you're going to do is hold it this way. Take the center of this rectangle right here, which should be 3 inches, right? Because this measures 6 inches. So half of 6 would be 3. So at 3 inches, you're going to cut from here to the first score line. And that's it. And that's going to create your 2 pockets. So that's what we're going to do now. That basically creates the base of your mini. That's all the scoring and cutting that you need to do. The next step, folding. So you're going to have something like this at this point. You're going to take the top piece and you're going to fold it to your right on the first score line right there. And you're going to burnish. Then you're going to flip it around, do the same thing on the other side. So when you flip it around, you're folding towards your left at the same score mark or score line. Okay. Flip it back. And then you have these 2 left. So since we're going to open the book this way, right? This is going to be your cover now. You're going to fold this inwards. So once you have it like this is how you should have it by now. Here's your other score mark. You're going to fold it inwards like that. And then burnish. So the base of the mini is starting to form. So here's your front, here are your swing pockets. Go towards the back and do the same thing on the back. Fold it inwards. And burnish. And you're done. And there you go. That creates the base of your mini. So as you can see, it opens like this, like that. You have your 2 swing pockets. And then the back opens the same as the front. And then it closes like this. Alright. To create the pockets, use a little bit of clear drying wet glue and just you could put a little line of glue right here, a little line of glue right here, and at the bottom to close your pockets. And on this second pocket, you only have one side open and the bottom. So do the same thing. Just put a little line of glue, wet glue here and on the bottom, and you will close your pockets. And when you close the pockets, you'll also close, oh my God, your spine. I couldn't think of the word. You will also close your spine back here, which is right here. So, and that creates the base of your mini. So I'll be right back to show you another option for this type of mini, because if you notice in mine has like these little tabs here, and I kind of created like a very minor or very thin sort of spine, where it gives it a little bit of room for your mini album to sort of pop open a little bit so it doesn't stick up too much. So I'll be right back to show you what this is all about. And again, this is optional. You do not have to do this. You can just do it what I just already said, where you just close up your pockets, and in closing up your pocket, you will close up the spine of the mini. And that's all you need to create this. All right? So I'll be right back for option 2. So the other option I was talking about was this one. So, and this is again personal preference. I actually prefer to use, when it comes to pockets, I like using it all my real estate. So when you use wet glue to close your pockets, it takes up space. So when you put a tag inside, it has to be a couple of at least half an inch smaller than your pocket, so that it could easily slide in and out. Okay, so I want to use my entire pocket. I don't want to have to trim my tag that much in order to put, in order to use one. So what I do is I use hinges to close my pockets. So all you need would be 3 hinges, and each hinge would measure 3 7/8 by 1 inch. And then you would just score them in half, at half an inch. And then you would use these hinges to close your pockets. Put that aside. So here are your 2 pockets. And you would take one hinge, and here you can use double-sided tape or wet glue, doesn't matter. So you would adhere 1 hinge here, 1 hinge here, on either side of your pockets, and then just glue them together like that. So then you'll end up with a full pocket. All right? And for your second pocket, since it only has one side open, you'll only need 1 hinge right here in order to glue to create your pocket and close it. All right? And for the spine, I use more hinges, just different size. So the reason I do that is, again, if you use wet glue, it'll pretty much close your spine real tight, like this. There will be no wiggle room or expansion back here. There would be nothing. It would just close it tight. And then depending on how much you put inside your mini album, you're going to end up with a mini album that sort of stays open like this. Well, pretty much when it's not closed with the ribbon, it'll just stick up. So I just wanted to give it a little bit more wiggle room or expansion. So that's why I use these little hinges. And these, I only need 2. And these 2 hinges measure, I wrote the measurements here, 2 1/8 by 1 inch. And then they're scored at 1 inch on both sides. So 1 inch in, 1 inch in, and then it'll leave you a 1/8 of an inch gusset or spine. So these little guys go right in the middle of your 2 pockets on the back, so on your spine. So you just adhere them a little bit on the loose side in order to give your mini album room to expand, like so. So when you glue them like that, if you notice, there's just a slight gap in your spine, and that's really all you need. You just need that little bit of expansion so that your mini album isn't so tight and restricted. So you're just basically giving your mini album a little bit of wiggle room or expansion, all right? And again, completely optional. You do not have to do that. I tend to put a lot of stuff in my mini albums, paper clips and embellishments. So that's why I love gussets. I love to give myself a lot of room and gussets and wide spines. So for this particular mini album, since it's literally made from just 1 piece of cardstock, you're a little limited on the amount of space that you have. So I try to create a little bit of expansion on my own with the use of hinges. So that's what I'm going to do right now. If you don't want to watch this, that's fine. You can just fast forward to the end. But all I'm going to do right now is just adhere all my hinges to the base of a mini album so I can complete it. And then the next step is just the fun part, which is decorating. So let me get this done. So I created my full pockets. So now I can use a bigger tag in here. And I created myself a flexible spine. So this expands a little bit, just a smidge. Just gives me enough of a little wiggle room in here so that this expands just a little bit and it's not that tight. And these two hinges also serve as a blocker for my tags so that they don't come out from the back. See? So essentially you're closing your pockets here as well. So your tags won't come out this way. And there you have it. So I hope you guys found this tutorial useful and that you'll give it a try. The next part is decorating. You can decorate it any way you want. You can add tags to it, tulle, flowers, of course your designer paper, paper clips, pockets, flip outs, whatever you want, you can add in here to create a really quick mini album. So thanks for stopping by and have a good night.